Namaste. Hi, I'm Ian Carriaga, and thank you for joining me on 33 Days of Stretch. And today's posture is going to be something that is really used within the yoga practice. It's really challenging. A lot of people ask for it to be put in because I think it brings a sense of maybe accomplishment, a show of strength, but really it's just maintaining a sense of balance, right? Understanding that this posture is really about inner balance and knowing where to be and how to be. And it is Bakasana or crane pose. So we'll start off. We can start off with the modification first. I will put the block about here. We're going to face side on. I'll probably go about here. And really, this posture has to do with your center of gravity. So wherever your belly button is located, you want to ensure that it's somewhere in line with your wrists and your elbows, right? For most people, because then that will ensure that the load that you're putting on is balanced between this point and either side of your body. So we're going to go hands shoulder width apart. You're going to bring your feet behind the wrists, about 30 centimeters. If you want to go a little bit wide, you can go a little bit wide. If you want to go a little bit closer, a little bit more challenging, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to spread the fingers. You're going to lift the heels as high as you can. So you notice where my heels are in relation to my triceps. So the lower the heels, the knees will be lower on the triceps. We're going to go as high as we can. Try to get even to the armpits, and then you're going to go to here. So at the moment I have straight arms, I'm going to bring myself forward. Right here. So if you look where my belly button is, which is roughly along here, we're trying to get that somewhere over the wrists. It's about here. Okay, so this is with straight arms. You can bring the feet forward a little bit more. So if, for a beginner, you're just going to bend your elbows and bring your forehead to the block. Right? Try not to put a lot of pressure on that block, because the majority of the weight should be on the hands and the fingers. All right, so we're going to come forward. Then we're going to bring the forehead to here. Next option, you can have one foot off the floor, pointing the toes away, right? And then just come back, and then come forward again. Block, toes on the other foot. Still pressing through the hands, right, with the majority of the weight on the fingers, the palm of the hand, and the wrist. So if you're thinking 80% of the weight is on the hands, 10% on the block, 10% on the other foot. Now we're going to try to take both feet off the floor, high with the hips, arms straight. If you need to bend, bend. You're coming forward to about here. Still pressing through the fingers, and then lifting the toes up, nice and high. Notice how my forehead is now off the block, and I'm lifting nice and high, slowly coming back down. So that's your option there. So whether you have a block or don't have a block, try to get one foot off the floor and then the other foot off the floor. So from side on, it'll look like this. And now from front on, it'll look like this. Forward, one foot, other foot, both feet. And for however long you want to hold it, you can hold it. There's an option to go into a tripod headstand, a single leg crane pose, right? But the challenge here is try to maintain the balance between the front of your body, or the top part of your body, and the lower part of your body. And the key with this is to also bring the toes up as high as you can, even if it's just one foot. Bring the toes up. You're not pressing so much with the hands, but trying to maintain stability. So a lot of triceps involve a lot of chest. So if you're at the gym, you want to work on your tricep extensions. You want to work on your chest press or bench press. And maintaining even like holds. So if you're doing a bench press, holding halfway, 30 seconds, right? Or a tricep extension or dumbbell kickback, holding that halfway so that you emulate or mimic just that holding posture, right? And just to add to that, it's a lot of mula bandha, pelvic floor. So even if you're, say, here, we'll do this option as well. It's Malasana prep. So that's another posture, it's pendant pose, but you want to go from hands shoulder width apart just on the outsides of the knees, and just lift your knees up while pressing the tops of feet into the floor, right? You'll start to notice that you're going to feel it directly through the torso, and that's what you want to do. So if you have to practice that, just repeatedly, we're going from this position, lifting up, holding, back down, and then back up again, and then back down. So now we're going to try that again, but without actually bringing the knees back to the ground. Lifting up, lowering, and then back up again. And then lowering, holding, back up. So every time you pull back up, you engage the core. If you do that about, honestly, 50 times, you'll strengthen the muscles that are required in order for you to do the crow pose, crane pose, as it's called. Hope that helps. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ian Cariaga. 33 days of stretch. Namaste.